Dear Activision, I really want to love Call of Duty multiplayer, but there is one big thing holding me back from it. And no, it's not skill-based matchmaking, but lucky for you, I think I have a solution. Welcome everybody to Dear Activision. This is a series where I try to give my feedback to the developers, or in this case Activision, in the most professional way that I can. So let's keep the comments professional in the comment section below, because I want to talk about Call of Duty multiplayer. The Black Ops 7 multiplayer beta is here, and of course the first day it's just the multiplayer beta, tomorrow we get zombies. And so I have been grinding out all the way to rank 20 to get everything unlocked, so I'm ready to go for zombies. Now, as I've ranked up through today, I've noticed something that I've noticed quite a bit in the most recent Call of Duties. I really like them from a design perspective. I like the guns, I usually like the time to kill, I usually like the maps, and I love getting kill streaks, I love getting double kills, we all love winning, we all love doing well. I really want to spend time in the multiplayer side of Call of Duty, but there is one thing holding me back, and that one thing is not skill-based matchmaking. If I'm being 100% honest, that one thing holding me back is me. That's right, I'm taking blame for this one here. I've grown to realize that the frustrations that I have with multiplayer games substantially outweigh the fun that they provide for me. But I would be willing to bet that there are a lot of people like me. You see, I played Call of Duty multiplayer at the height of the golden age. Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, those were my games. And also Call of Duty Ghost, I love Call of Duty Ghost, which I know removes the rest of the credibility that I had. But I used to play this multiplayer all the time. And as I've grown up, as we've grown up through the golden years, through Advanced Movement, now on to 2019 and Cold War, and here we are with Black Ops 7, a lot of those people who were teenagers back in the day are growing up there in college, they have a family, they have wives, they have children, they have real full-time jobs, and they just don't have the time to put into Call of Duty. Now, that's what skill-based matchmaking is for, right? And that sort of works, but I would be willing to bet that's more of a short-term solution to get new players on board, rather than a long-term solution to keep players coming back. But like I said, I think there's a solution behind this. You see, I believe there are a lot of players who don't care to get better. I know, because I think I'm falling into this category. I just don't care to get better. I've done a lot of aim training, especially during Modern Warfare 2019 and 2022 and Modern Warfare 3. I used to watch the exclusive ace spawn guides and all the tips and tricks and the jump spots, but I just don't have time for that, which is why I say this is my fault. But I do think there is a middle ground, because the multiplayer mode is not the only mode where players don't feel like trying to get better. Oh ho ho! You see, because this is something we've had to deal with in the zombies community for years. And whether you like it or not, zombies has become more and more accessible to the casual player. The zombies development team is keeping in mind those players who don't really want to get better at zombies, but they're still trying to push them to have a fun zombies experience, whether that's through directed mode or a really easy survival map or Liberty Falls. They are trying to provide a piece of content for them, and zombies is good where you can actually have your cake and eat it too, and have another thing like Terminus or Citadel for the more hardcore player. Whereas in multiplayer, because of the nature of the multiplayer mode, it's more of a zero-sum game, right? In multiplayer, if I kill you, you have to die, and if you kill me, I have to die. So someone's gonna win and someone's gonna lose. And that is incredibly difficult to balance, and it makes total sense why skill-based matchmaking is the way it is, because all skill-based matchmaking is trying to do is trying to minimize the frustration of getting stomped on. If you're a brand new player, you like skill-based matchmaking because you're not getting stomped on by all these crazy good players. You're always gonna get matched with somebody about your skill level, so you do just good enough to keep playing and not bad enough to quit entirely. But I think we can do better. I think we can turn the multiplayer arena into a match where everybody can have their cake and eat it too. Now, how would we do that, Donuts? Like you said, if you kill somebody, they have to die. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. Well, what if we made it so that the people who lost weren't actually real people? Oh, I might lose you here. Okay, my suggestion, the big solve, how about a casual multiplayer mode? You have yourself and maybe 1 to 2 other real players, with the rest of your team being bots, going up against another 1 to 3 real players and the rest of their team being bots, and having those bots be maybe a little bit easier, maybe a little bit mixed difficulty, so that way you can have your real players in your real PvP, but 3 out of your 4 enemies aren't real people, so they're not getting stomped on. And more importantly, 3 of your enemies aren't real people, so you can stomp on them. Now, obviously this would need to be incredibly delicately balanced. You wouldn't want people taking advantage of this, being able to get nukes all all the time left and right, unless they were of course really good, but I think it's possible. I know it's possible for me because, well, I played Warzone casuals and oh my goodness, that is such a breath of fresh air. Going through the motions of Warzone and actually getting a handful of kills, and then at the end of the game you have your real players, so you still get that same authentic Warzone experience. If we could bring that experience to multiplayer where you can do good against bots and get your kill streaks and get double, triple kills, but then you still have to be careful because there is 1, 2, maybe 3 other real players on the enemy team you gotta watch out for. It would retain the competitive spirit of multiplayer, but it would allow the more advanced players or the top tier players to eat a little bit better. I'm being completely honest here. I want a pub stomp again. I love pub stomping. I love getting kill streaks. I love running through the enemy team. And as I said earlier, honestly, I just don't care to get better. That could be an incredibly terrible mindset to have. And again, it's all on me. So if the game doesn't change, I can't blame them. But I have genuinely really wanted to do the camo grind and all these badges in Black Ops 6 and use all these different guns and have some fun, but the lobbies are just too difficult for me. And it's not like I'm doing bad. It's not like I'm getting crossed with like a 0.2 KD or anything. I still have above a 1 KD, but the experience itself is more frustrating than fun, at least for me. And yes, that would mean that I would love to see the camo grind also be in this casual mode. I know some people might not like that. Maybe to balance it out, maybe you don't let people get like Dark Ops calling card challenges in this casual mode. I don't know exactly how Warzone balanced it. I know you can do the camo grind in Warzone casual. I don't know about the calling card challenges though. I'm not sure. Actually, I think you could. I don't know. Letting people do the camo grind in a much easier and more fun environment, testing out different setups, testing out different perk combinations. If there were a multiplayer casual mode where I could grind camos and just pub stomp, I would seriously spend so much more time in multiplayer. I also think this would do wonders for the online community too, because right now when you watch a YouTube video of somebody else having a really good game, that is an outlier. That is something that you can't easily replicate in your own game, which again is very different from zombies, because if I show you a walkthrough of how to do an Easter egg, you could basically do the same exact thing in zombies, so you have a closer connection with that community. But I know whenever I watch somebody get a nuke or something like that, I'm like, man, they must have an easy lobby, or man, I'll never be that good. It feels unobtainable. But if we had this casual mode, it might just be a little bit more achievable. But like I said, I'm just a filthy casual zombie fan. But I truly do wonder how many people are like me and really want to like Call of Duty multiplayer, but simply can't get into it. Let me know your thoughts and stay beautiful.